Tuesday morning and I'm headed to work. It's Tuesday after the 4th of July weekend, and I haven't made a video in probably a week. Yeah, just because of the weekend, I went away. A little getaway trip to Atlantic City with my two sisters. Just the three of us, me and my two sisters. We actually had a fantastic time, which was unusual. I mean, there was no arguing. There was no, we were all on the same page, which was great, and that's rare. I mean, that's rare when you, at least my experience, when you travel with any amount of women, one is going to want to do this, one is going to want to do that, and you just never seem to be on the same page. So, yeah, we went down. Now, we didn't stay, because normally when I go down to Atlantic City on my own, and I didn't do any filming while I was there, because first of all, they don't even know I'm on YouTube. So that would have been a little awkward. And I just didn't. I just enjoyed the weekend. But what was I going to say? Normally I stay, when I go down by myself, I stay at the Tropicana, which is right on the boardwalk, But for a holiday weekend, the prices of any of the hotels on the boardwalk, insane. I forget exactly how much, but $500 a night. Like, who's paying that? Like, who pays that kind of money for New Jersey, Atlantic City, like boardwalk? Like, the water does not, what? So we stayed actually at a very nice, we stayed at the Residence Inn, which was a couple towns over in Egg Harbor. Now, the one thing about this Residence Inn, and if you know about the Residence Inn, they have like a kitchenette, like it's a whole, you got your full-size refrigerator, you've got a dishwasher, you've got dishes, actual regular dishes in your cabinets, you've got pots and pans, silverware, like you got the whole thing. You can cook a meal. And so, yeah, so we stayed there. I believe, I don't quote me, our room rate was somewhere around $118 a night. And that was with my government discount, because I am a government worker. And so I was able to put, and you don't have to be a federal worker. I'm not federal, just government, and they do ask for your ID, so you have to show that. But I thought that rate was great. Now, we were 15 minutes outside of the city, but it was fine. It was fine. The only thing, of course, is we did have to pay for parking, when we went into Atlantic City. Although there's a whole, okay, so when you go to Atlantic City and you drive into one of the casino hotels and you pay for parking, they will give you either a voucher or you can use your receipt to go to another casino, you know. So that can kind of, or you can come back to that same casino, because that's what we did. We mainly stayed at Ocean, like as far as, you know, hanging out and eating and all that. So we went to Ocean earlier in the day and had dinner, and then we were able to come back there that evening and go for the fireworks. They did have fireworks, so that was cool. What else did I want to tell you about my trip? It was just great. Like, every part of it was great. We ate at a couple of my favorite spots. I told you about my soul food restaurant, Kelsey's. We ate there. Now, we got there because usually there's a line at Kelsey's, you know, and the line is outside. So to avoid standing in line in the heat, we didn't want that. So we got there. We got there this was Thursday night on the 3rd. We got there right when they opened at 4 o'clock. And we were the first ones in line, thinking that we were the first ones that were going to get in. Well, we were actually a little bit before 4. When they opened the door, the guy came out and said, "Anyone have reservations?" We did not have reservations. So, but several people that were waiting behind us in line did have reservations, so they got to go in. And, you know, I had gone on their website, and then the website, you know, like to make reservations or to see about reservations, and it took me to a Yelp site. It took me, you know, to a third-party site, Yelp, and it was like, yeah, make your reservations here. And I don't know, I was just a little cautious of that because it just didn't seem legit. So I didn't make reservations, but it turned out to be fine because it wasn't even that crowded Thursday night. And after he seated everybody that had reservations, he seated us, and like, we weren't, you know, we got a seat with no problem. Now they do have live jazz entertainment. It doesn't start until around 6:30. So we were gone by the time, you know, that has started. Yeah, and they were playing jazz music, but there was no actual live entertainment while we were there. So what else? The food was good. Now I got the same thing I got the last time, which was the catfish nuggets as an appetizer, and then I got the salmon, and you get to, you know, you get a couple sides with it. So I think I got collard greens, and what was my other side? I got collard greens. Oh, and I got black-eyed peas and rice. That was fine. I try not to eat a whole lot of rice these days, but that was fine. There was more rice than black-eyed peas, of course. The collard greens were good. Now the salmon was a little dry. It was like a little overcooked, and that's how it was the last time I had it. So I just, you know, I won't get the salmon the next time I go. But other than that, everything else was good. everything else was good. So we went to Kelsey's, and then the next night we went to Zembang, which was at the ocean, which is like a Thai restaurant, I believe. If it's not a Thai restaurant, it's an upscale. It's definitely a upscale Chinese restaurant, but it's definitely upscale. Very, very nice restaurant, and the food is you know how when you go to a restaurant for the first time, you kind of look at other people. You can kind of like sneak a peek at other people's food. Whenever you do that at Zembang, it's always looking good. You're like, wow, what are they having? That looks really good, So the only thing about the experience this time, this is my third time going there. I've never had this experience before, but our waitress was like very rude. She just was not. I know it was crowded, and I guess she was overworked, but it's the three of us, and so we asked for separate checks. I asked her for separate checks, and she didn't even answer me yes or no. She just looked at me like, what are you ordering? And I was just kind of like, how rude, and then she never came back to check on us until she came back to check to see if we needed water. Like, almost we were done with our food. She never like checked on us. How's your food? How's everything? You need anything? Not at all. So that was the only downside, but I didn't have that experience the last couple of times I went there. So we did that. We watched the fireworks at the Zembang, at the Ocean Hotel. They also had a drone show, which I actually liked that part better than the fireworks themselves. I had never seen a drone show before. I thought that was cute. I thought that was a really cute little show, What else? Drone show. And we did some shopping. We did shopping at the outlets, which are right off from the boardwalk. They're how can I describe it? Oh, I just ran a red light. They're off from the boardwalk. The closest hotel is Caesars. If you were at Caesars and you walked away from the boardwalk, you would run into the outlet little district. Just outlets, designer stores or whatever that have their outlet stores. It was cool. I got it. We all got it. A few things. Excuse me. What else? I mean, that was pretty much it. That was our whole weekend. I know one thing that has changed with me since my whole experience, my colonics experience and all, is my appetite has really, really changed. And so, like, I've never been a person that ate a whole lot of, like, if I go to dinner, I'm gonna eat my whole meal. I'm not a big leftover person. Like, when the waiter comes around and says that you need containers, I'm usually the one to say, no, I don't need any containers. Because I've eaten my meal. Like, I ate it all. You know, that's always been me. And plus, I'm just not big on leftovers. I like to be in the moment. And so, oh wait, let me get my bag real quick. Because it fell. Yeah, so I'm not a big leftover. I'm not a big leftover person. No. So this time at both Kelsey's and Zembang, I had leftovers. Like, I had a lot of leftovers. I couldn't eat that much. I don't know if my stomach has shrunk from that colonics or what, but I can't eat the same amount of food that I'm used to eating. It's weird. Like the other day, I went to Quick Check, and I just got one of those breakfast sandwiches that I get all the time, and I ate half of it, and I was stuffed, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is different. So I'm not sure what has happened to me, but my appetite is not the same. And then when we were in Atlantic City, one of my sisters wanted to go to the buffet, which is normally, I don't go to Atlantic City usually without hitting a buffet. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. The idea of going to a buffet it was just too much food. Too much food. So, I mean, this is a good thing that's happened, but I wasn't expecting this. But I'm pleasantly surprised that this has been one of the benefits to having a colonics, at least for me. Now the other thing, it seems like I am back to being regular, or at least the last couple of days I have been. So hopefully that will stay. Why is there so much traffic? This is crazy. Anyway, I'm going to end this video now. Have a great day. Don't forget to like the video and comment below. God bless.